Hello, this is Colin Riggers with IS Technology Solutions, and in this video we are going to show you the differences between 2-pressure and 4-pressure testing using the BrakePro automatic single car testing device. We'll start by showing you the 2-pressure daily test. You begin by connecting the supply hose to the device. Then turn the device on and start the application on the tablet. When the application opens, you'll enter your operator ID and then select Daily Test from the main menu. The instructions will then tell you to connect the brake pipe hose to the device and then to put a dummy coupling in the brake pipe glad hand. The brake cylinder hose is then connected to the device, and the other end is connected to the dummy coupling to create a common air loop between the brake pipe and brake cylinder for the daily test. Start the test on the tablet, and the test will run. Next, we will look at the 2-pressure end of car test. To run the 2-pressure end of car test, you first connect the device's brake pipe hose to the glad hand of the car. Then you connect the brake cylinder hose to the brake cylinder pressure tab on the car. Once those two hoses are hooked up, you're ready to run the test. Now we'll move on to the 4-pressure test. In order to run the 4-pressure test, you need the 4-pressure adapter shown. We'll start with the 4-pressure daily test. First, the brake pipe hose is connected to the device, and the other end is connected to the 4-pressure adapter. Then the auxiliary hose is connected to the device, as well as the 4-pressure adapter. Next, the emergency hose is connected to the device, with the other end being connected to the 4-pressure adapter. And then the brake cylinder hose is connected to the device, as well as the 4-pressure adapter. There is then the 4-pressure hose, which actually operates the 4-pressure adapter, which needs to be connected to the device and then plugged into the 4-pressure adapter as well. Once those hoses are in place, the daily test can begin. Start the daily test from the tablet, flip the cover back, and the first step of the test, make sure that the pistons extend, and upon confirmation, the next step confirms that they retract. Once those steps are completed, you need to attach the blanking plate to the bottom of the device, which seals the device, allowing for a leakage test later on. When the blanking plate is securely mounted to the bottom of the 4-pressure adapter, the last hose can be attached, which is the downstream brake cylinder hose. This plugs into a fitting on the side of the blanking plate as well as the device itself. When that step is complete, the remainder of the daily test can be run. And now we'll move on to the 4-pressure single car test. In order to run a 4-pressure test, the car must have a 4-pressure pipe bracket mount like the one shown. The 4-pressure adapter mounts to this pipe bracket mount during the test. To run the 4-pressure single car test, the 4-pressure adapter is first mounted to the pipe bracket mount on the car. The hoses are then attached, including the brake pipe hose and the brake cylinder hose, the auxiliary hose, the emergency hose, and then finally the 4-pressure hose, which operates the 4-pressure adapter. Once all of the hoses are mounted to the 4-pressure adapter, the remaining hose is attached to the brake cylinder pressure tap, which is the downstream brake cylinder hose. The pros of 4-pressure testing are that it takes 15 to 20 minutes out of the test due to the direct charging of the auxiliary and emergency reservoirs, and the test is also slightly more comprehensive than the 2-pressure test. The cons of 4-pressure testing are the number of hoses required to run the test, the setup time for the test, the expense of the additional hardware and equipment, and finally, the car must have a 4-pressure pipe bracket mount in order to run a 4-pressure test. Now you've seen the differences between 2-pressure and 4-pressure testing. If you have any further questions, our contact information is on the screen.